Hey cats, it's your midsole man Eddbud here. Loads of releases this year, almost too many of them to test, but today I have for you my top 5 shoes of 2025 so far. Let's dive straight in on this one. Thanks for joining me on the channel, it is always appreciated. Do hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already. I know there's a number of you out there that are watching but you're not subscribed. It does help out. Also give this video a thumbs up, like, and drop us a comment as well to help that YouTube algorithm. Dankeschön. Today I have for you my top 5 running shoes of 2025 so far. Before I get to my top 5 though, there's a couple that have missed out. The Vomero 18 just hasn't really hit the high notes for me. Purchased this one with my own cash and gotta be honest, it's just not that fun to run in. I've been using it mainly as like a walking shoe really to get to and from work, just for tottering around and doing some errands. There's loads of cushion here. It's a very forgiving shoe I suppose, but the heft of it, it's just too much for me. It's just a bit overblown. There's loads of padding, and when you get higher sized running shoes, they always just start to get heavier and heavier. That's exactly the problem here. Just lots of bulk, lots of rubber, and certainly where it's been warmer in terms of the temperatures out there in the UK at the moment, it's just not been one that's very alluring to use. So a bit too bulky and dense for me, the Vomero 18. Another one that's failed to hit the high notes, the Vaporfly 4. Yeah, it's light and nimble, lighter than some of the other super shoes actually, but it's just been a bit of a letdown for me on foot. Doesn't feel all that propulsive. Yes, it's cushioned, I just don't get that fun and fast feel as we've had in some of the previous versions. And at 240 notes, I just think it's vastly overpriced compared to some of the other stuff that we've got out there today. At position 5 in my top 5 of 2025 so far is the ENDORPHIN Elite 2 from SAUCONY. I was a bit bemused by this shoe when it first appeared on the doorstep. Mega soft with the lowest Sure A durometer midsole score that I've ever recorded. This INTERLUDE foam is very, very compressive. It's super soft. It does almost make you wonder how you'll be able to run in it. But after doing some more mileage in this shoe at marathon pace, I can confirm it is one of the most forgiving out there. Really shines in terms of saving your legs on a run to the point where it almost feels like you're cheating. Incredibly forgiving foam here, and it's really great in terms of impact protection. I can look past the flaws a little bit of this shoe. Some of that midsole foam is creasing up very, very quickly. There's a slightly strange fit to this one as well, which I've managed to tailor using some laces from an old pair of the Alphafly. Once I got that dialed in, I found the shoe works incredibly well at marathon pace, which for me is like 7:45 per mile. Keeping it steady with that. Perhaps a little bit too soft for like 10k or 5k pace, certainly. You want something with a little bit more response to it. Perhaps a little bit firmer, but supreme at marathon effort. I'm not sure there's anything actually in the shoe rotation in the collection that I've got that's as good. And let's not forget that that's exactly what this shoe is aimed at. I think it's certainly one of those new generation models where we've got super soft foam and it's got the lightness too. More on these shortly. At 4, it's the Pegasus Premium from Nike. I'll probably pick up some flack for naming this as one of my favourite shoes so far this year, but it is, you know, what do you want me to do? Like lie and like pretend it's some other shoe? I really love the ride in this one, regardless of the weight. The difference for me between the Pegasus Premium and the Vomero 18, I picked up around about the same time. Very similar weights there, but there's more weight in the Vomero 18 upper. With this one, it just feels more balanced in terms of the tech and the actual cushion and the sort of impact protection that you're receiving underfoot. I mean, the cushion here is unreal and I just find it a really fun shoe to run in. Again, suits those slower paced efforts perhaps rather than the faster paced sessions. It's not something I would probably opt for if I was running like a 5k or 10k rep session, but there's loads of other options out there that cater for that. I really like the fit actually. It's so easy to dial in with those lace loops on the lacing system. The tongue padding is just right. Heel padding feels very locked in, I suppose. The shoe is a little bit narrow in the heel area, but I haven't ever found it unstable. I really love the Zoom X and the Air Zoom unit up front. It gives some real like pop and push off. Just a nice fun shoe to run in when you forget about all the gimmicks as well. I think it got a bit of a raw deal amongst some runners, just saying off the bat, perhaps I haven't even run in it and just said it's a lifestyle shoe, it's not a running shoe. I can tell you it certainly is a running shoe. And you can't get away from the fact that this one just keeps selling out whenever it restocks as well. So this is number 4 on my top shoes of 2025 so far. Shoe number 3 is one that's really grown on me over time, and that is the ADIZERO Evo SL. Certainly feels very light compared to the PEGASUS Premium. The more I've used this one, the more and more I've got into it, and that's no surprise considering this uses that Light Strike Pro foam from a few years back, which just feels better when you break it in. It just gets better and better over time. Evo SL is just so light, it's hard not to enjoy running in this one. It's certainly a faster paced shoe for me, not one I really want to sort of sit in the heel at some slower speeds. It feels a little unstable. When you want control and stability, probably best opt for something else. But I think at the price that they've positioned this one at, it's a very attractive shoe. Fits into that sort of same category as something like the Nova Blast 5, for example. You haven't got the heft that comes with a lot of daily shoes these days. When you think of something like the Pegasus 41 that's well over 300 grams, when you got this coming in at like 260 or something, it just feels much more usable. There's more allure to the shoe to pick it up and put it on. I don't think it's perfect by any stretch. I wish the lacing was a little bit more dialed in. The laces are cheap too. Could do with a little bit more padding on the tongue there at the business end, but I love the soft cushion here and the quick return to form of that foam. I reckon they'll rectify some of the problems that we've got here, and if they keep the price the same, I see no reason why Adidas won't stick to the same formula. So my number 3 shoe for 2025 so far is the ADIZERO Evo SL. And another Adidas shoe at number 2, it's the ADIOS Pro 4, a superb racer, and when you consider you can pick this one up on discount sometimes under 200 quid, I think that makes for an easy win. It's hard to look past this shoe really if you're going to be doing like a half marathon or the full marathon distance. It's light, it's fun, it's impossible not to like it. The foam's a big upgrade in terms of the previous versions of the ADIOS Pro that came before. I love the soft cushion, again the quick return to form of the foam, plus the outsole is super durable and has fantastic grip even on wet surfaces. Easily the best version of the ADIOS Pro so far, it's not even close, and it seems to sell exceptionally well, even considering the large number of colorways that are available. I think it's moved Adidas into the sort of prime territory at the moment in terms of race shoes for regular runners as well, rather than just elites. This time the super low weight of the shoe matches up against some of the other models, and I think they've overtaken Nike easily with this one. A lower price model coming in a little bit below the Vaporfly 4, but with a bit more stack in the heel and just a more fun and bouncy ride. One of the best shoes for many, many years. At number 1, a shoe that arrived on my doorstep and I was very surprised to see just how good it was. Easily the best PUMA race shoe so far, the PUMA Fast R3. Mega light, and it comes with a hefty dose of that PUMA character that we've come to expect over the years, at least since they started to pile more resources into their race shoe lineup. I think this one's elevated PUMA right to the top category really. They focused on what makes a race shoe really good, which is low weight, lots of cushion where it counts, and an upper that just like keeps out the way. It doesn't kind of mess around, just locks you down onto the midsole foam. They've got the bare minimum of foam here. They've just got it where it's needed in the forefoot and in certain parts of the heel. That carbon plate's been sculpted and extended in length to give you a slightly longer stride. I found the foam durable as well, and it retains its properties long after some of the others have lost them. Just makes for a true super shoe, and I feel that PUMA have really struck gold here. I found this lowers my overall effort levels across different paces, especially around that tempo and threshold effort. It really does lower my heart rate. So it's been a long time since a shoe came along and really delivered in terms of performance, but also fun as well on foot. So definitely my top shoe of 2025 so far, the PUMA Fast R3. What's been your breakthrough go-to shoe so far this year? Which one delivers the goods more often than not? Let me know your favourites down in the comments. musical interlude for you. Today comes from the Webb Brothers with their 2000 album Maroon. Love this album. I remember buying it pretty much when it came out. It's probably the week it dropped. There's a great track on here called Summer People, which is a brilliant summer anthem for the warm weather. Often overlooked, actually, these guys. I think they only did like about 3 or 4 albums across quite a time period. The sons of Jimmy Webb, very famous songwriter, very underrated, some really great songs here. Somewhat bizarre titles and subject matters at times, but they have a flair for drama and sort of mystery within the tracks. I urge you to go and check this one out if you can find it on your streaming service or whatever it is you use these days. Maroon by the Webb Brothers. Thanks for joining me on the channel, always appreciated. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, like, and drop us a comment for the YouTube algorithm. My name's Eddbud, and I'll be seeing you